What happened to community? Can somebody tell me? I feel like somewhere along the way it got lost. I don't know when. Actually, I do know when. I feel like it has something to do with like social media and having access to others like at our fingertips. Being 30, born in 1995, I grew up in a time where technology was obviously evolving, but growing up, there wasn't much of it. There was definitely a lot. Like, it's not like I grew up in the medieval days, but what I mean by that is like, I obviously didn't grow up with cell phones. They were around, but they were very expensive and only adults had them. And all they did was call. And then eventually all they did was text, right? So growing up, in order to like talk to a friend, I had to call their home phone and ask their parents, like, hey, can I please speak to blah, blah, blah? Make small talk with their mom. Their mom knew who I was, this, that, and the third. And then you'd go see your friend or talk for an hour, right? Or if you wanted to visit your friends, there was no text to go meet up. It was just like, I'm gonna go knock on her door and see if she's home. Hey, is she able to come out and play? Like, you need an egg? We didn't Instacart eggs. We would knock on our neighbor's door and go ask for some eggs, right? Like, it was just such a different time. And I really do miss it. I really, really, really do miss it. I remember when I was living at this condo downtown, this girl knocked on my door and I looked through the people and I was like, who is this bitch? I don't know who this person is. Why is she knocking on my door? Who is this? And then I opened the door because I was like, okay, maybe she has my mail, right? And she like this guy's staring at me. And she basically knocked on the door with brownies and she was like, hey, like, I know the last girl moved out and she told me that you guys were moving in on the first. So I just wanted to introduce myself and da 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 and bring these brownies over. She's like, I'm traveling tomorrow and I didn't finish them. So I just didn't want to throw them out. So I figured I'd introduce myself and stop by. And I was like, what? I don't even like brownies. But I was so touched and I felt so bad because I opened the door very warmly, but I was like talking shit to myself, like, who the fuck is at my door? Why are you at my door? Anyways, so I took the brownies. I did throw them out. They were on day 5, maybe. They were quite stale, and I'm not a brownie girl unless they're white chocolate. Anyways, it was really sweet. It was really sweet. And when I closed the door after we said bye and we introduced ourselves, I was like, oh my God, when is the last time somebody did that? Like, me and my sister used to bring cupcakes over to our neighbor's house. I remember when these girls down the street named Natalie and Rachel moved in, and those are their real names. And they were sisters, and so we brought over cupcakes. Me, my sister, and our next door neighbor, we all brought cupcakes over. We used to play like backyard tag and we used to go run in each other's backyards. And now I just think about how everybody's just on social media. Like, kids are always just online, just chronically online. And I'm like, that is so scary. It's so scary. So I feel like community got lost on us. And like somewhere along the way, I feel like it made it harder for people to connect with each other. Like, even as adults, because we got so used to technology, myself included. I'm not gonna lie. I find myself often like scrolling through Bumble BFF to make friends rather than just like approaching someone. Recently, I was in the city and I was getting my car fixed, and there's this like restaurant I've been wanting to try for so long. So it was 2 minutes away. So I was like, oh my God, I gotta pop over and like go get something while my car is getting fixed. I pop in and I see this girl. She's a black girl and she's so pretty and she's like recording her food and she has a light and she has like this whole setup. And I looked at her and I was so curious. I was like, what's she doing? Is she doing a food review? Is she a vlogger? Like, what's going on? And I'm normally like, I can be a pretty shy person, but I force myself sometimes. So I asked her, I was like, hey, like, are you a content creator? Like, are you a food creator or something? Like, what, I see you have like this going on right here. And she's like, yeah, like I make all types of content, blah, 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 blah. What about you? And I was like, yeah, I make food content and like content as well. That's why I saw the setup and I was like, I have to ask. And she turns out she was invited to try out the restaurant. I was not on this particular day. They actually did invite me back. But she's like, were you invited to eat? And I was like, no, girl, I just stopped in. Like, I just wanted to try the patties. And she's just like, girl, I have a feast on the way. Sit with me. Let's eat. And I was like, period. Let's do it. So I let her do her little recording quickly. And then like when she's like done recording the first bit, we sit together and we share a meal. And it was just like really beautiful. Like, we were just talking about life. Turns out she wasn't even from Canada. She was from Atlanta. She moved to LA, so she lives in LA right now. And she's a YouTuber, influencer, reality TV girl. Like, she does it all. And we just like got to talking, and we just had really cool talks. We're talking about dating, being in your 30s, her life, her career, my career, our goals, just, life. And like, it was caravan weekend in Toronto, so we were just chatting about like what she should get up to, where she should eat, all that. And we just like shared food. Well, she shared her food with me. And it was really cool. Like, it just reminded me of like those like interactions that I crave and I miss, and I feel like I need to talk to strangers like more often, because it was really cool. I really liked her, and she's gone now. She went back to LA. Well, she's like traveling now, I think. But yeah, I miss that. I miss making friends like that and meeting people in that way. I remember I used to meet girls at the club. Like, one of my friends to this day, we met at the club. That seems shocking to me now, because I feel like that doesn't really happen anymore. And that was at the time that was during the pandemic. I'm going to be honest now. This was a secret party, a very illegal secret party that was going on. I was going crazy in 2021. So we met at a party, and we're still friends. And I feel like that doesn't happen anymore. People really stick to their circles and what they're comfortable with. And I feel like the younger generations are really uncomfortable with talking to people and find it weird when strangers talk to them and things like that. So anyways, I just kind of I miss that. I miss connection. I miss being offline. I think about it a lot, but my job doesn't allow me to log off. But I think about it a lot. Like, I think about when, oh my God, think about like even just physical media, right? Like, you had to wait for, the artist to drop the album. Duh, you still do, okay? But then you would get in your car or walk or bike, go to the store, find the album in the record store, hope it's not sold out, and then put the headphones on, maybe test it out, hear track 1, track 2, track 3. Okay, do I like this album? Okay, yeah. Then you purchase it, and then you have to wait until you get into the car or go home to listen to it. It was just like this anticipation, this excitement, right? Like, just like, oh my God, like, it was more work. And I feel like it's kind of like when you climb a mountain, right? And you have to hike for 3 hours to get to that like beautiful view, and it just makes the view so much more stunning. Like, I'll give you like a quick example, and I'll come back to the album thing. I remember I did two beautiful mountain views when I was in Banff, Alberta. One of them I hiked, and one of them I took the gondola all the way up, and that took about 15 minutes just sitting in the gondola, and then I went to the top. I don't care what view was nicer. In my mind, the view that I hiked was nicer, because after 3 hours, dehydration, hunger, being surrounded by people on shrooms while I was sober, just all of that, probably a fight with my ex. After all that, getting to the top of that mountain and just seeing that view, like putting in that work, made it just so much more worthwhile, and just being like, wow, like, this was worth the wait. This was worth the effort. This was worth the stress. This was worth it all. Gondola view was very much like, okay, let's go. It was beautiful. I took some pictures, but it was also just kind of like, okay, nice. Love it. What's next? So with albums, it's like, physical media. You have to like wait for it, whatever, and go through all that. Drive to the store, test it out, unpackage it, plug in your CD player, pop it in, listen to it, track after track after track. Sit in the same room as that CD player to hear it. You can't be walking around multitasking, cleaning. Okay, you can if you put it full blast. Not in my house. I wasn't allowed to do that, but it just like made it like, wow, this is an experience. Now it's just kind of like, okay, midnight, boom, Ariana Grande's deluxe album is out. Let's hear it. You fall asleep while it's on. You wake up. You try it again the next day. You try it again. Like, it's just, I feel like there's like a lack of appreciation for it. And I just feel like we view connections and like personal relationships almost the same way, in the sense that like, I don't know if you guys can hear that kid screaming, but I'm going to need him to stop. Sorry, that was rude. He's having fun. Anyways, I feel like we view human relationships like almost the same way. Like, we barely give it a chance before we like kind of like give up on it, Like, I don't know. So for example, like a SZA album, like I'll listen to a couple of songs. I'm like, I don't really like it. I'll come back to it in 2 weeks. If I paid for that CD and I drove to the store to get it, you better believe I'm listening from front to back. Okay. But if I'm just quick little Spotify click listen, like I just don't care. I'll come back to it in 2 weeks. With humans, it's like, let's say I make a friend on Instagram or Bumble BFF and we meet up one time and it's like, oh yeah, she's cool. Like maybe we'll see each other again. Maybe we won't. You kind of just give up on it because it's just like, she's always going to be there. You're always going to see what she's up to on Instagram. You're always going to be able to respond to her stories. You already know what's going on in her life because you see that she just got a job. She just graduated. She has a man. Like you see everything you need to know about her online. That it's like making that effort to get to know her in person just gets lost on us now in a way. Do you know what I mean? I hope I'm making sense. I feel like people give up really quickly. You know, people give up really quickly before they can give like a full friendship a chance. And I want to get into like adult friendships like in your 30s as well, talking about that. I don't know. I just feel like somewhere along the way we just got lazy and we stopped trying. We stick to what we know. We make surface level friendships. We don't really take it further because it requires effort and consistency and inconvenience and all of those things. And it's like, is this person worth it? I don't know. You know, it makes me kind of sad, but I'm also a part of the problem because like I'm not perfect. Like I'm stuck between two generations. I feel like I'm that as a millennial, a younger millennial. Am I considered Gen Z? I feel like I understand Gen Z, but I also feel like I don't. I'm 30, so what does that make me? I don't know. But at my age, at this time of my life, like I definitely feel like I could be better. Like I saw some man like just sitting at the park just now, like listening to music and chilling, and he looked so peaceful and like, oh, he's listening to a good song right now. He's listening to What's Up by, I think it's called Four Non Blondes is the band. The one that goes, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. The one that Ariana Grande sampled for Put Your Hearts Up. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Yeah, somewhere along the way, we lost community. And I do hope to get it back. This is speaking from somebody that lives in Canada. I don't know what it's like in other countries. Like I haven't lived in any other countries. Oh my God, that feels so good. Oh wait, the mic is probably catching the wind. Yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. And if you are going to let me know your thoughts, can you let me know your age as well? I want to know if it's a generational thing, if I'm just not adapting to the new times and the new way that we relate to each other. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your age. And yeah, I think this is how I'm going to come back to YouTube. Just some conversations like this. Whatever's on my mind, really. I think this is a non-edit. I feel it. I feel like I'm not going to edit this one. I'm just going to put it up. But anyways, I'm going to record another video right now. So if you see me with the same look and the same fan, it was 2 minutes after. The sun is setting. It's beautiful here, by the way. There's a lake behind me. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. That's also it right there. It's all water. The sun's over there. And there's like willow trees. It's really beautiful here. I hope there's no hanging spiders. Okay, I'm going to go. Thanks for watching. And let me know what you think of everything I said in the comments. And I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.